The Grand Rapids Town Board is meeting today, Wednesday, May 14th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Town of Grand Rapids Municipal Building. First, we'll do the public hearing. An application has been filed by Mitchell Altman requesting an amendment to the future land use map of the comprehensive plan. The petitioner requests that the future land use map be amended to change the land use designation from an approximately 5-acre parcel of land from manufacturing to agricultural. Said property located at 48th Street North and described as Lot 1 of CSM 11551 in part of the Northwest Quarter, Section 11, Town 22 North, Range 6 East, with a parcel number of 0700183B. Now, last 3 times, is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor? Sure.
I'm Mitchell Altman. I'm the person petitioning. This is my wife, Riley. I guess, thank you for your consideration. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Okay. Anyone wishing to speak against? Anyone against? And anyone against? Okay. Then we'll go into the second of the public hearing. An application has been filed by Mitchell Altman for the rezoning of an approximately 5-acre parcel of land from M1 manufacturing to A agricultural. Said property located at 48th Street North and described as Lot 1 of CSM 11551 in part of the Northwest Quarter, Section 11, Town 22 North, Range 6 East, with a parcel number of 0700183B. And is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? And anyone wishing to speak in favor? Okay. Anyone wishing to speak against? Anyone wishing to speak against? And anyone against? Okay. All right. With that, then, we'll go into our agenda then, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next we'll approve agenda for the meeting. Any changes? Okay. Next agenda item, approve minutes of the April 9th, 2025 Town Board meeting.
Bill Clendenny, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Fourth agenda item is public comments. People wishing to address the board will be limited to 2 minutes each, with public comments limited to a total of 30 minutes. Note the board will also take comment from the public on agenda items as called by the chair, but not during public comment. Please note that once the board begins discussion on an agenda item, no further comment will be allowed from the public on that issue. Is there any public comment? Yep.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Katrina McPherson. My address is 6610 Wood Avenue. So before I start, I just want to say, Mr. Smith, I respect your work ethic and your dedication to the town of Grand Rapids. And I understand that rules are rules. We've had many vehicles racing up and down our street. So I purchased these small signs to put out saying, please slow down, pets, children and pets at play. I did not, and I was not aware that there is a right of roadway. Did not even know that existed. So I put them out. One day it was missing, gone, okay? The next day, the other one was missing, gone. I had no idea. I called the police. Someone's stealing, they're on our property, I have no idea. I put signs out that said, shame on you, thief. Why are you taking down my slow signs? Why are you on my property? 2 days later, I hear a vehicle pull up. It's a white truck. He's my neighbor, but I don't recognize him face to face, and it's a white truck. I said, excuse me, I said, what are you doing with my signs? Right of roadway, and I have this on video, on our ring cam. And I said, excuse me? And he said, right of roadway! I said, then throw him in my yard. He said, nope. Whipped him in the back of the truck. Took off. I called the police. What is going on? Well, yeah, he can do that. I said, that's not right. For one, it's a white truck. Nothing except maybe a small Grand Rapids label is on there. I don't know who this guy is in a white truck, stealing my stuff out of my yard. It's Mr. Smith doing his job. Thank you. I, for one, was trying to slow people down, make aware. Hey, the school bus, I called Lamers, I don't know how many times. Safeway, excuse me. Thank you. Saying, slow down. Nothing is done. The cop came out and said, wall patrol. I haven't seen anybody out there. It was brought to my attention, maybe the town could put up a sign saying, slow down, children at play. No, I don't want the town to pay for any of that. There's 3 houses on that stretch, but there's a lot of people, it's small families that ride their bikes and walk their dogs in that neighborhood. So I simply put these signs out just to be aware. That was it. What I don't think is fair is that people can pick and choose what signs they pull and what signs they don't. I get that there's rules. However, election, you guys have your signs out. We vote for you. I want people in my neighborhood to be safe. Okay? Garage sale signs, I get it, they're temporary, okay? Someone in my neighborhood has a sign out that says, congratulations, my 5th grader's graduating. You know what, that's awesome. That is super cool. It's in the right of roadway, but is that pulled? No, which I'm okay with because they're celebrating their fifth grader's graduation. But is it fair? I'm sorry, it's not fair. You can't pick and choose which signs you want to pull. So for that, so Mr. Smith did agree that I could put in my driveway one of those plastic, like a small child, slow down. So that he agreed to, that I could put it in my driveway a couple feet back. That's great. I'm okay for that. I did not know who took my signs. There needs to be a reason. Honest to God, I wasted the police officer's time thinking that someone stole our signs. He took them because it's his job, and I get that. I did not know the rules. I did not know. Maybe next time, if I'm at fault, put the signs on my front step instead of taking them for your trophy room, taking them and giving me a notice saying, hey, you know what, you are in violation of this. You have them in the right of roadway. Was I hurting anybody? No, I want people to say, wait a minute, it is 25 on here, I just want you to slow down. No markings on the truck. That truck needs to have something. I mean, maybe not the size of that Grand Rapids, but something that says, hey, we're the town of Grand Rapids. I wouldn't have wasted the police officer's time twice to come out to my house because I thought someone was stealing my signs. And Mr. Smith, again, I appreciate you and all that you do. I know you're dedicated to your job, but you can't be a bully, and you cannot talk to people the way that you did. When I asked you kindly, I was like, just throw them in my yard. You chucked them in the back of your truck, and you said, nope. You could have educated me and told me what I was doing wrong. Maybe put it in your newsletter saying, and how many town people do not know that the right of roadway is actually a thing? Put it in the newsletter, letting and educating people like me, saying, hey, you cannot do this. 33 feet from the center of the road into my property is almost to my house. So that allows him to come up that far on my property. I will make sure that anything else I put will be. We had hail damage, We put our contractor sign right by the road. That wasn't touched. So who's picking and choosing who can take what sign and what not sign? That's not fair. That's not fair. So, thank you for your time.
Is there any other public comment? Sure.
This is Keith Lane, 5410 Whitrock Avenue. A couple things. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Todd and Jason on their recent victories and wish you all the best of luck in the next terms. Thank you. Second thing, I really like the electronic sign. I think it adds a bit of class to the building. I would like to remind the board that there was a recommendation from the Plan Commission that was captured in the December minutes, and it was also captured in the board minutes from December, that there be an electronic sign policy written and put in place. And one example that I can think of where it would be useful is, I did notice how often the sign actually changes. And my wife and I, used to be a stock car racer, but I'm a pretty good driver, but I noticed that I myself got distracted because you go through the roundabout and the sign changes, and it actually changes pretty quickly. And I'm a little concerned about how often the message changes, because it becomes a distraction trying to watch the sign, and then it changes and you're in through the intersection. And maybe it's being paranoid, but I would ask the chief of police, maybe you could just monitor the accident rate, but if the accident rate tends to increase, I think that might be a reason for it. But that would be something that could be put into the policy, and I'd just like to see that work done. Thank you.
Thanks. Any other public comment? Okay. Next agenda item then is monthly reports from the departments, and we'll start with fire department.
Evening, board and residents. Our report for the month of April. We're currently staffed with 44 members. We're always looking for motivated individuals for fire and EMS. Please stop by the fire station or contact the fire department. Any interest in serving your community. So for the month of April, we had 41 calls consisting of 29 EMS calls and 12 fire calls. That compared to 40 EMS calls this time frame last year and 19 for fire last April. Of the 12 alarms, 5 were in Grand Rapids, one was in Saratoga, one was in Grant, and 5 were mutual aids. Of those mutual aids, we went out with Wisconsin Rapids Fire, Wisconsin Rapids PD, and that's not a typo, and in Nakusa. So we had a false alarm, we had 2 gas leaks, or gas calls, 2 wildland brush, and 1 carbon monoxide call. For the monthly training, EMS, we covered heat emergencies and an FAP grant equipment discussion for how we're going to use our grant funds this year from the state. Fire, we did e-vehicle updates, pumps on foam brush rigs and tenders, and a brush up on responding Project Lifesaver calls. 3 newer members have completed hazmat operations and are now actually through Fire 1 as well. So 2 through Fire 2. Last month we had a regular department meeting, 3 training meetings, and an officer meeting. For public relations last month, we hosted our quarterly retiree breakfast. Our annual Easter egg hunt was a huge success. Thank you to all the businesses and donors. They were extremely generous this year. Those kids really made a haul. We gave away thousands of dollars worth of candy and prizes, and so other than that, all the trucks got their spring cleaned. They were all washed and waxed here a couple weeks ago. All the trucks have now had their annual DOT inspections and some other service and repairs this month. And last month I was able to attend all 3. Obviously I was at our annual meeting, but that night I was able to get out to Saratoga and then out to Grants. So I did touch base with those contract areas. Our smoke detector program, we did 1 home last month, and we put up 4 new address signs. Safety Department, there were no injuries to report. And then it's not on your typed report, but the siren update, we've got the PMs done on 3 of the 4 working sirens, and the parts are ordered hopefully within, I'm hoping maybe this time next month we'll have our siren working on 36th Street North there by Skate City and Skate City and the Mexican restaurant, that little area there. So, any questions from the board? All right. Okay.
All right, police department.
Good evening. For the month of April, the PD had 416 calls of service. Monthly stats for enforcement, 38 traffic citations, 0 ordinance citations, 28 written warnings, and 5 arrests. On April 26th, we participated in the drug take back at Pick and Save in Wisconsin Rapids. We co-host this with Wisconsin Rapids PD and Wood County Sheriffs. Excuse me. 76 pounds of drugs were collected just from Grand Rapids, and 238 total pounds collected. Rita, I'm gonna mess up her last name, Villanueva? Villeneuve, okay. Donated her, she's told me before too. She donated her time to assist with this, so as an auxiliary member, I mean, that's greatly appreciated, as we are rather short on auxiliary members, so if anyone's interested. All Grand Rapids police officers completed training on the administration of epinephrine auto-injectors. United Emergency provided this to us, and they deserve a thank you for that. We are now supplied with both adult and child doses. The initial supply was generously actually paid for by donors through Giving Back Incorporated, a local nonprofit. On April 3rd, I attended a meeting with the Wisconsin Rapids School District and other law enforcement agencies in our area regarding a safety update. Also, I went to Mid-State Tech on the 3rd and assisted them in conducting interviews for prospective law enforcement academy students. Numbers there are improving over the past several years. I also attended a North Central Chiefs of Police Association meeting on the 24th in Neilsville. Current issues and discussion to include a presentation by Crime Information Bureau Deputy Director regarding updates to CIB. So anytime, you can call anytime, residents too, you can get a hold of me pretty much anytime. You can go through dispatch and ask to just be transferred to my cell phone and I'll return your call. Obviously, town board knows that, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Treasurer report.
For the month of April, our daily checking account balance ended at $108,137.39. The repo to go with that account had a balance of $770,258.50. Our money market at Prevail Bank has a balance of $347,083.51. Our tax checking account has a balance of $297.37. The repo account to go with that has a balance of $6,258.81. Our total outstanding checks were $150,309.85. Our total cash on hand at the end of April was $1,081,661.09. And our ARPA interest that will be moved shortly, and we can eliminate that. The balance was $9,593.55.
Thank you. And Public Works?
Good evening. So since the last meeting, we have accepted our new plow truck that we ordered in '23. Finally got here a month ago. Continuing with our patching, we have gone through approximately 12 yards of patch material and have a long ways to go. Currently out of patch. County is out of patch. waiting for hot mix to get fired up so we can have some more made. We're getting ready for mowing. Tractors are ready for mowing, and we also have, are getting ready to start some of our projects for our road construction for this next season here. Thank you.
All right, next agenda item, discussion and possible action. Ordinance 2025-06, an ordinance to amend the Town of Grand Rapids Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map designation of an approximately 5-acre parcel of land from manufacturing to agricultural. Said property located at 48th Street North and described as Lot 1 of CSM 11551 in part of the Northwest Quarter, Section 11, Town 22 North, Range 6 East, with a parcel number of 0700183B.
Madam Chair, if I could, just as background for number 6 and number 7, so they are separate agenda items. That's because we do have to have, where there's not consistency with the comprehensive plan, we do have to have an item that references the amendment to the comprehensive plan before we consider a rezone. And so just a general note, the current comprehensive plan future land use map designation is manufacturing. The current zoning is manufacturing M1. The request is to go to agricultural, both for the comprehensive plan's future land use map and the zoning ordinance. This item was considered at the Plan Commission meeting on May 12th. After considering the request, the Plan Commission did appropriately adopt a resolution. That's how it gets to you, so they did do that. That resolution is recommending you approve both numbers 6 and 7. And I'll just note generally that in considering that and discussing the request, the Plan Commission did consider the current zoning and use of the surrounding properties, and notably had seen that it's to the south, I believe, zoned agricultural, so there isn't a spot zoning concern that was discussed at the Plan Commission meeting as well.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve item number 6 and 7.
Nope,
Oh,
you have to
two
take them up
separate.
separate. You have to take them up separate.
Oh, I thought you said, okay, number 6, then.
I'll second
Or-
that.
Okay, you good?
So, yeah, I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Number 7, discussion and possible action, resolution 2025-07, a resolution for rezoning an approximately 5-acre parcel of land from M1 manufacturing to A agricultural. Said property located at 48th Street North and described as Lot 1 of CSM 11551 in part of the Northwest Quarter, Section 11, Town 22 North, Range 6 East, with parcel number of 0700183B. You can finish.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-07.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Number 8, open and possible award of bids for gravel.
We did not get any. I just realized that. There's been none received.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been here the last couple days, but
No, they usually bring them in
Yeah.
today and nobody brought anything.
yeah, so there's no bids right now. Do you want to table, well, do we need to table that for next month? But I mean, it's
It would
been
just be,
posted.
yeah, it would just be no action taken, and you'll put it on next month.
Will we have to go through another bid notice?
Yeah, do I need, I probably have to publicize it again. Okay.
Yeah, because you had a deadline, so you'd probably have to at least repost it.
It's never happened. All right.
That's interesting.
Okay. Next agenda item then is consideration and possible action. Fire Chief Pyatt's request to attend Wisconsin State Fire Chiefs Conference in Wisconsin Dells, June 19th through the 22nd, 2025. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve Chief Piat's training for the Wisconsin State Fire Chiefs Conference for the estimated amount of $1,208.
Bill Clinton, I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Number 10, consideration and possible action on chairperson's appointments. So you had them on the table when you got here.
I have no issues. I'll make a motion to approve the chairperson's committee appointments.
We'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. April disbursement vouchers. Any questions? Good? Okay. Number 12, operator license applications.
I'll make a motion to approve Peyton Bremer, Lola Fight, and Heather Terrier for their 1-year license.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, on to monthly reports from committees. I guess, are there any? Plan commission?
So I can give the Plan Commission update. So the Plan Commission did meet on May 12th, 2025. They did have a fairly large agenda. They had 5 dog exemption permit requests that were reviewed, 1 chicken permit request. They did review a proposed CSM looking to combine 2 parcels into a single 1.066 acre parcel. That was for the purpose of future home construction. They reviewed the request to amend the comprehensive plan and rezone that we had this evening. And then they continued review of the zoning regulations for small-scale solar applications. They did receive a first draft to start reviewing and work off of, and anticipate reviewing that at the next Plan Commission meeting. The next Plan Commission meeting is set to occur on June 9th, 2025.
You have an airport?
We actually had 2 meetings, regular May 1st meeting, pretty non-eventful, except we approved a purchase for a new lawnmower for the grounds at the airport. And then there was an emergency meeting held on the 14th. I'm sorry, that was the 5th. I've got my notes all screwed up here. The 8th, I'm sorry. There was a motion, possible motion for a apron vehicle purchase, and that meeting was to approve purchase of a 4-seat UTV for shuttling people around the apron at the airport. Things are getting bigger and bigger, and they have more and more golf clubs on board and so on. And then number 2 topic on that special meeting was a secured access policy that Jeremy, our airport manager, is going to be putting in place, and then obviously bring it to the commission for approval. We've had some issues with people using the spaces and not cleaning up after themselves and so on. So I'm going to hold some people accountable. That's all.
Okay. There's something that there's, I don't think anyone else met, right? WTA, was there, did you guys meet? WTA?
WTA. There was no meeting for April,
Oh, I
but
didn't think so.
the next meeting is at the town of Rudolph this Friday at 6:30 at the town of Rudolph, and our speaker's going to be Kayla. That's her first name. That's good enough. From Community Development, and this is on Clean Sweep. It's going to be on Clean Sweep and how it's done in town of Grand town of Saratoga, and also the city of Marshfield.
I think that's it, I don't think anyone else met. All right, reports from individual town board members. Jeff, do you have anything?
Nothing tonight.
Okay, Jason?
Just looking forward to our road construction again. We've got a whole bunch slated and looking to get that going with the county. Meant to mention Bob, but I heard the siren on 64th today and it seemed extra loud, so that's good. And then Chief Joel, the EpiPens, that's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Only, I can't think of another agency around central Wisconsin that I've heard of that carries them, so,
Yeah, that's
for law enforcement.
I know that's pretty special to one of our board members also.
Thank you.
And I just wondered, you got your squads ordered?
Yeah,
How that's coming?
Squads are in.
Good.
Yep, just waiting on the outfitter now.
Very good. That's all.
You'll see that on next month's disbursements.
Todd, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay, Bill?
Yes, I just was wondering when we're gonna do this waste management thing, where twice a year they're gonna come and people could take big stuff like couches and stuff like that. I mean, it's in the contract, we pay for it. There's no reason we can't do it, other than where it's gonna be held. And, you know, we don't have the choose to reuse anymore, but, and that group, but I still think maybe a group could take it over and have it at, either at the garage, it would be a weekend, either at the garage or, maybe, at, what is that? Arnie Nystrom was in charge.
Lions Club?
The what?
Lions Club?
The Lions Club could be there. And I'd be willing to volunteer to help out with that.
So that could be recycled solid waste and water.
Reach out to the rep at Waste Management to see how that works.
Yes, yes.
If you want to reach out to
Yeah,
Tim
yeah.
Miller.
Okay. All right, any future agenda items besides bids if we get them? All right, with that then, just need a motion to adjourn.
I was so moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
That's always unanimous, isn't it?